Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon, and you know where I am. Yes, I'm on the red sofa. Isn't this amazing? And I just interviewed Valentino, and I've interviewed Geraldine Hughes, and now I have a new one, another young lady that has added to the team. So this is like what you call teamwork at the Peppermill. How about that? Renee, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Now you're kind of a director, producer. What is your role? It seems like you have many names to your role.
I do. I'm executive director of Hughes Enterprises,
which is this young lady, which is Geraldine.
Geraldine Hughes, and I'm also executive board member of the redemption of Michael Jackson.
On the Michael Jackson and the book and the whole bit. Exactly. How's it going for you?
It's going really good. We're promoting the book, and we're setting up book signings and lots of fun events for Miss Hughes.
To promote it, because now it seems that Geraldine has actually decided that now she wants it out there and she wants to push it, and now she realizes, you know, I truly believe in this world. There is a time for everything. And although what she's talking about regarding Michael Jackson happened in 1993, hasn't come to fruition until sort of kind of now. And we've got all these interviews going, all these events going, all these things happening. So I gather that this is the time.
Yes, we have to get it all organized.
And now we're getting all organized, and we did, I don't know how many interviews, but doesn't he look amazing? And my Geraldine. Now you live in Los Angeles, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Now not only does she write, not only does she's a great singer, but she's also a missionary. And she and I have a lot in common regarding the homeless people in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles.
Yes.
We have a lot in common with that. I actually had a show that I used to bring try to get people aware of the homeless people. That was before it was this bad.
Sure.
Because it's really bad now. It's
Yes.
really, really bad. And because Valentino, I've known you for some time now, and because of this relationship has sort of got closer, and now we've sort of got this team going.
Yes.
and all we need now is funding, right?
That's all we need is funding.
Interview over. Funding. Funding.
Correct.
But you know what I've been told? If you don't, the squeaking wheel gets the grease. So I'm the squeaking wheel, and I'm going to get the grease. I'm going to get this on the road. I've got all that energy working right now. So what more do we want? I mean, you're the writer, you're the author.
Yes.
You're one of the directors, and you are playing the part, obviously, of Michael Jackson. I don't know if you're in the movie or not. We haven't discussed any of that. I was saying I want to get a piece in this movie, so. The voice could always do it.
Absolutely.
I don't know. We're going to tread softly, you know. Valentino's treading softly, you know. But we seem to have got this team together.
Yes.
Geraldine, since you're kind of the backbone of this, because it's the book you wrote, the experience that we already heard about in 1993, and for how many years did that go on for? That lawsuit?
The lawsuit was only 6 months, believe it or not.
6 months. Oh, that was a long time if you're part of the lawsuit, though.
Yes.
You know, 1 day is a long time.
Yes.
But that was a long time. So, and you were quite young then when you saw all this stuff going on and happening, and you decided, and I think you were bringing the book out in 2003, but you couldn't bring it out because there was another lawsuit.
Right. Well, my book released on the heels of the second allegation. They were trying to show that he did it again, because anybody know anything about a pedophile, they don't just strike once. So the prosecutor was so quick to say, he was so glad to say, oh, he did it again. He didn't know we was coming out with the book saying, oh, he didn't do it the first time.
That's right. I mean, the accusations that people sort of put on people is unbelievable. And the horrible side about the whole thing, it's all about money.
Yes, it was all.
That's the sad part about the whole thing. Now, Geraldine, is everything going according to plan for you? Because you've been up here this weekend, we've done lots of radios, we've done my show, we've done events. From Michael Rowe in London had an event here, and we did that event. How's it going for you?
You know, it is actually going better than we expected. I came up here. Renee came all the way from Delaware.
Dover, Delaware.
Delaware.
Oh, you're from Delaware?
Yes, I'm from Delaware.
I think that's a place where you can have all the taxes. You can fiddle around with taxes there or something. They're much lower there. I think I moved to Delaware. By the way, Joe Biden's a very, very good friend of mine. I've known Joe Biden for years. Oh, yes, for
very
years.
Nice man.
Oh, he's lovely.
Very.
And all the things they're saying about him right now, because I'm on either side, I'm sort of like down the middle, because I'm a talk show host and I'm not allowed to be anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to have an opinion.
We understand.
But I can still say Joe Biden's a good friend of mine, a lovely guy. But he's going through a lot of stuff. Anyway. So, so she came in from Delaware, you came in from Los Angeles.
From Los Angeles.
And we were here.
And
we were ready waiting.
I came down the street.
You came down the street. He came down the strip.
And we came just to do a few interviews, and I came to meet you, and I came to connect with my friend Valentino.
Yeah, because you've known each other a long time.
We've known each other. We've done some things together. We was in the home of Mrs. Catherine Jackson.
Oh, how lovely.
And down in Gary, Indiana. But I will promise you that we've gotten the connection that we have right here. We didn't expect this.
Yes.
We did, the interviews were just amazing. We found out that this is a team right here, and it's actually a team Michael right now. It's a team redemption right now.
Team of redemption.
Yes,
That's
it
us.
is. Yes, it is.
We are the team.
Yes.
The power of redemption. Oh, see, look, she knows what to say and how to say it. Oh, she could take over my show, right? I better be careful.
And what does teamwork do? Teamwork makes
the dream work.
Make the dream work.
Makes the dream
it
work.
makes the dream work.
So we're eager, we're excited about what we have come up here and connected.
Yes.
And right now, this is the man that needs to be vindicated. He was a good man. He did good things, and they're trying to say that they're going to destroy his legacy.
No, never destroy it. You can't destroy it.
You cannot destroy Michael Jackson's legacy because his legacy was built on love.
Exactly.
And you cannot destroy that.
And it's funny because he always, I mean, I don't think any of us could think of that he ever did anything, a wrong thing deliberately or sort of, somebody self-made that. But there are some people in this world that just go through it and that's just how they are because it's the truth and that's how they live their life. And why Michael Jackson actually likes you, Valentino, because you're the same way. Your life is the same way in truth. And it's like water seeks its own level.
Yes, it does.
And water always does. It always seeks its own level.
Does.
So what would you like to happen next, apart from the funding? Yes, the funding.
We want to get the word out regarding the book, the promotion of the book, so that the word could get back out because, as everybody knows, the lie is out there right now.
It's still out there. The lie is still out there. So we've got to get rid of that lie.
We want to get rid of the lie. And we feel like that the lie won't stop until the truth comes out.
That's right.
So we want to get the truth out there. And while we're getting the truth out, while we're going around and just letting people know and reminding people that Michael Jackson was, first of all, the greatest entertainer that has ever lived. He was the greatest humanitarian that has ever lived. And he was the greatest philanthropist that has ever lived. We need to put that back out there. And then while we're putting that out there, the movie will be in the makes because I believe the funding is getting ready to fall on the table. And we can be about the goal of making the movie.
Have you in mind of anybody that's going to play any of these parts? Because there's I can think of the lawyer that you worked for. So that's going to be a little difficult choice, and the reason being is because you like this guy, you were working for this guy, and all of a sudden it was like a whole different story for you.
Yes.
And so, you got anybody in mind or not just yet?
Not on that role. The only role that I'm pretty adamant about is they want the story to be told through my eyes.
Well, that's the only way it can be told.
As I heard. And so there's a character that someone has to play me in the movie.
Well, why don't you play yourself?
No, this was, and I know.
Oh, I know who you're going to mention. Who are you going to mention?
The person that I would love to play me, she not only has to be brilliant, she's got to be able to sing because I'm a singer.
Yes.
Jennifer Hudson.
Yes.
Yes, I said it.
Yes.
I love it. Do you know what? There was a time in Jennifer Hudson's life that I wanted to contact her and talk to her because there was a time in her life that I wanted to help her. And I think she's one of the greatest women of a voice. She didn't win the talent competition, but she won in the other end.
Yes, she did.
Beautiful.
She got the Grammy.
Beautiful.
She got everything.
She got the
She got
Grammy.
everything. She
Beautiful
got
person.
everything. She's lovely. And I've always wanted to talk to her because I've admired her, just as a one-on-one, just regular talking without interviews, nothing. But just because I just admire her so much. Now let's get back to Valentino. Valentino's very patient sitting here. So what do you think about all this? And you've been friends with Geraldine for some time.
I think it's amazing. I think it's the season for it because we've had so much unfair
Negative.
and negative cast on him, on Michael. And the interesting thing is the energy that seems to have been put into perpetuating it seems incessant until you actually examine it.
Yes.
Once you examine it, the validity becomes questioned almost immediately. What I find amazing and why I support this project and look forward to our collaboration with the Redemption Tour and going to underserved cities and locations around the world is because that was Michael's true heart and true mission. And this is the way we're exemplifying what he stood for. So we don't have to preach it, we are living the example. And this, by bringing forth the truth, will at some point surmount all of the...
It'll surpass everything and it'll rise to the top of where it should be.
Right. It's really important that this be understood in context because this is 1993, which means it actually started in 92.
Yes, absolutely.
So these latest accusers supposedly this was, according to what they allege, they were being victimized during all of this. They didn't come forward.
No.
So that's amazing.
Well, a lot of people don't want to come forward because they're afraid of this, that, and the other, and afraid of life. So I always say we're born all wrinkled up and we leave all wrinkled up, and it's what we do in between. But I've always been very honourable in what, and sometimes had to pay the price too, of honourable of what I do, and that I can stand. I don't ever have to look over my shoulder because I think that's the only way. Important. It is the most important. And regarding God, I'm His servant. I serve Him. That's who I serve. So, and He's serving me well, by the way. he's doing good, but I truly serve Him. And I think bringing all this out and sort of, especially for you, of something that happened that she saw in 1993. Hello, a few years have passed. So I think it's about time this comes out, so this doesn't happen to other people or other children. Or, I mean, the innocent part was probably the little boy that accused Michael. That he was told to do this and say this, and he had no idea what he was doing.
Right.
And that's nobody ever discussed that.
And he has to live with it.
And he's still got to live with it. And he has to live with this to the rest of his life. And he still doesn't know, probably doesn't know what he actually said or did.
Right.
And he was told, say this, say this, say this, say this. He didn't know. Yes, Daddy, we're going to get all this money and we're going to do this movie and we're going to be famous. Well, it didn't work. Didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
Said my bit.
well, also, as far as this redemption, what makes it really, really, really authentic from my perspective, and anyone that's reasonable, this is before all of the sensationalism. Geraldine was part of this attorney's trusted inner circle, but her moral compass was such that she wouldn't stand by and just idly allow it to happen on her watch. That type of courage to stand up against oppression and evil takes more than just jumping on the bandwagon of something.
Yeah.
Again, as I spoke earlier about following the followers, she chose not to follow the followers.
She became an individual.
And she stood up for what was right. And we know throughout history, those who have been courageous enough and bold enough to stand for something have often paid a substantial price.
You pay the price. I know you pay the. I've had to pay the price on many things. Last but not least, Renee, what would you like? What is your intake on all this that is sort of happening, and you've sort of become part of it?
Actually, my part in is to prove them wrong, to also vindicate Michael Jackson, also support Miss Hughes with all her endeavors, and support Valentino and everybody that's in our branch.
In our branch. So
Yeah.
I started with Renee. We have to close with Renee because she's very much a part of it. She might not be playing our parts because each one of us are playing different parts, but each one of us has a part. And we will fulfill our parts. We have to. We're going to play in this incredible book, Redemption, and bringing the lies back to what they really are, which is the truth. We shall return Vegas Live with Ninon. Thank you all very much for coming on, Renee,
Thank you.
Geraldine,
Thank you so
Valentino.
much.
Absolutely amazing. We'll be right back.
Yeah.